a mixture of Newcastle fans selling their tickets, and it's also the club in the posh sheets. That's too many Liverpool fans to be in the posh sheets. There's hundreds there. It's a fucking joke. It needs looked into.
It was important for us to try and show that we can compete against teams, and then we did it against one of the best teams in Europe.
Hi guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We're here with a review. Firstly, just before we get onto this game, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball have all the information on tonight's game. Lee's got it on his phone, I've got it on mine. Everybody that I know, I've told, has downloaded the OneFootball app. Let's get into the game. Actually, before we even get into the starting 11, let's talk about that flag, because let's just give a shout out to all flags, because what they've done in getting this flag from, I don't even know which country, but I daren't even ask.
There was that many that were going through, weren't there?
Yeah, and I think the fact that they've managed to get this masterpiece and the scale of it is absolutely tremendous. I'm sure there'll be a picture while we're talking about it, but Lee, it just shows how much everybody cares about this football club, doesn't it?
Unbelievable effort, and remember, it's fan funded. It's Newcastle fans that have dipped their hands in the pockets. And I know they've had the rental of the van being free and all that, but it was a massive achievement, and I think it's one of the biggest surfer flags, if not the biggest, that's ever been produced. So all credit to all flags, absolutely brilliant.
We'll touch on to the game. Starting 11, just the one change, Sung-Yueng Shelby taken out of the team. I think that was the right decision in my opinion. I think we needed to keep more of the ball, and Key can do that for us if he's on his game, and he came in. And was there any complaints from you, Lee, maybe to keep Shelby in the team?
I wanted to see him in there. I know he didn't have the greatest game against Leicester, but now he's taken back out. That's a question mark around his future again. I think he needs a run of games, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity to play against his former side, which will be up for it. I'm not worried about discipline anymore because he's solved that problem now. But I would like to say it. Other than that, nothing really surprises on the lineup.
Right, what a first half it was. Let's go from first goal to last, like we normally should. Virgil van Dijk, and I said to Ross and the Red Men, I think he's the best centre-half in the world, but he couldn't have asked for an easier goal ever. Jamal Lascelles put a mark in, isn't it? It's
an absolute joke. I couldn't see it back, but Paul was saying in our Facebook chat that it was Jamal Lascelles' man. You cannot allow, never mind just Virgil van Dijk, any average, no disrespect, any average defender. He's not an average defender, but you know what I'm trying to get at. Anybody in the Premier League will score from there. It's too easy. 1-0.
But what a reaction. And who would have thought Christian Atsu would be the goal scorer from Newcastle? Manquillo's cross, it went all the way towards Ritchie, gets blocked on the line, and I've looked at the replay, it looks like it hits the hand of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Deliberate one.
Yes, and that means he should be sent off. However, we did get the goal, so damage limitation from Liverpool's point of view, put Newcastle back in the game.
Look, if you said to me, he has a goal, or he has a red card and a penalty, I'll take the goal all day long.
Not guaranteed that goal from the penalty spot.
And you don't know what's going to happen. You're not guaranteed to break them down later on the game with 10 men. I'd rather take the goal, and look, his final end product with Atsu wasn't great, but he scored, easy goal, happy, brilliant.
I thought Newcastle were comfortable when it got to 1-1. However, Liverpool did get back into the lead through Mohamed Salah, his 22nd goal of the season in the Premier League.
It's another one.
It was, but Daniel Sturridge does well in the corner, plays it back to Alexander-Arnold, who got 2 assists on the night. And it was a nice finish, but too easy again, no marking on Salah.
Well, you've seen Fabian Schär and Manquillo argue with each other after the goal went in, so someone hasn't said something or someone hasn't tracked the man or whatever there. Sloppy in it. The thing is, like, Liverpool scored 2 goals from our mistakes. It's not because Liverpool were outstanding, and it's frustrating because we're playing against one of the title contenders, and you cannot do stuff like that. Get punished, and we did.
So 2-1 at half time, second half, Newcastle equalised, and what a goal by the big beautiful man that is Solomon Rondon, Kyle's favourite Newcastle striker at the minute, the only one that we've got at the minute. Got us back into the game, and it was a fantastic strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's put it on now because I got highlights of it when I was recording it. So instinct smash and grab, comes running into the corner. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't think that would come back and score 2. I thought that was it. I thought Liverpool would go and get the 3rd one, and that'll be it. But I think the fans also have a shout that's best atmosphere. Well, I'm sure you'll touch upon that as well. I think that helped us well at times, but instinct finish, and he's got to be made permanent, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, let's just hope that whoever decides who's coming into Newcastle in the summer, that Solomon Rondon is number 1 in that list. Liverpool didn't really look like scoring really. Newcastle had a couple of half chances for Rondon, and Perez was trying to do a bit. He's obviously hit the crossbar in the first half, but I thought
to touch upon that thing. When he hit the crossbar early on that first half, that was key because it was a goal kick. Liverpool go down the other end, score.
Oh, definitely. And again, small margins, but you know, if we have that opportunity, it was a tough opportunity by Perez, and he almost made the most of it. But let's just talk about it. A couple of minutes before the 90, obviously it was 8 minutes of injury time. A soft free kick by Matt Ritchie, and it was delivered well by Xherdan Shaqiri, and Divock Origi gets the final touch. And I'm going to say the Liverpool fans go crazy, but there was a lot of Liverpool fans in the ground, which I'm sure that'll probably hopefully gets touched upon in the national press. But I don't know where the right people to say if we should mention them. Well, no,
I'm more pissed off about that than the actual result, because you've seen it. You're on the Gallagher with me. You've seen it in the first half. There's fracas and there's people celebrating. If common sense, if you're a away fan, as Liverpool, ironically, Liverpool bus goes past where it's nice, like. Anyways, but the thing is, I'm more pissed off about that is because it causes hostility, and people are getting chucked out, and we can see it above words too. But the one thing is, when Liverpool scored the second and third goal, hundreds and hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, you'll see this yourself, hundreds of them in that middle Milburn. It's a joke, man. It's a fucking joke.
Now, some of it will be obviously Liverpool's own representatives, which obviously are allowed to celebrate, but there was more.
Hundreds.
We're not exaggerating. There was hundreds of Liverpool fans, and I'm not having a dig at Liverpool fans, because there is a core Liverpool fans that will go to every single game, but there are certain fans that shouldn't be allowed to go into a game. Whose fault that is, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of Newcastle fans selling their tickets, and it's also the club in the posh sheets. That's too many Liverpool fans to be in the posh sheets. There's hundreds there. It's a fucking joke. It needs looked into.
Let's just touch about the third goal, though, Lee. We'll touch it back on. Yeah. We'll touch about the fans. Divock Origi scores. Newcastle bring on Muto. Not really any chance at a corner, but Liverpool just done enough, and obviously they're going to take the title race down to the final day. Disappointing end, but you can't fault the players' efforts.
Well, people were questioning Rafa Benitez before the game. I put out the tweet for us on our Twitter, and I said, you can't accuse Rafa Benitez's side of not trying tonight. We had no Lejeune, no Longstaff, and Almiron, who would all start tonight. By God, you cannot fault them. Absolutely brilliant. I'll go home tonight feeling proud to be a Geordie because of the performance. Look, you're playing against a team who've got 94 points, and we ran them to the dying minutes.
You talk about Rafa Benitez, so we're touching on him a little bit more, but let's hear what he thought of tonight's game.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I think it was important for us to try and show that we can compete against teams, and then we did it against one of the best teams in Europe, and that is something that, as I said before, you have to be really proud as a manager and the fans in terms of the performance of these players.
It's been fantastic. I've enjoyed every minute of it. My family situation is more important to me at this moment in time. And as I said, it's been a pleasure to play for Newcastle United. And as I said, you never know what the future holds. But as I said, it's been a pleasure to play in front of these fans every other week. And since I've come to the club, we were in the Championship. 3 years on, we've become a stable Premier League outfit. So, I can look back on it, if I do go, that I've participated in something which has been quite successful.
We're back. Rafa's just talked about how the side probably were a bit unlucky. The fact that we took Liverpool all the way tonight. Let's talk about the Rafa Benitez's future at this football club, because it's going to be the biggest talking point. Massive clue, or massive, maybe is it a breakthrough, Lee, that the fact that Newcastle and Rafa Benitez are talking again. But the one thing for me that gives something away, if we have an announcement, we'll let you know when. For me, that sounds very, very positive. I could be completely wrong, but for me it sounded very, very positive that he says something like that, that the club may say something like that. Do you think that it was a breakthrough between the club and the manager?
Yeah, I've been saying for a few weeks now I think he'll stay. I've already said that. I don't think he'll get everything that he wants, but I do think he'll get the majority of stuff that he wants. It's a matter of time, I think, now. Whether it happens in a week or 2 weeks or after the Fulham game or maybe just after, whatever. I think it is coming. It's good news for us as fans. Being selfish, it is, because without him we wouldn't be in this division. But also from the club's perspective, Mike Ashley and Lee Charnley unfortunately rely on Rafa Benitez to keep them in the Premier League. by spending little money, and that has to change this summer. You've got to go now and go. I wouldn't say go crazy, but go and splash the cash. It doesn't have to be massive amounts. You just want to see a little bit more, competing and so on as well. There's Pete Graves walking past us.
It was on Sky Sports tonight, so shout out to them as well. Why not? Let's talk about the fans, Lee, because I thought that was probably the best atmosphere of the season, and I think that beats the Man City, because from minute 1 to minute 98, 99, we gave absolutely everything. The Gallagher was absolutely rocking. I'm sure other parts of the ground were absolutely rocking. It just shows for me, when you have a united fan base, this club can go anywhere it likes. I would never want to swap our fans for any other fans, because I think we're absolutely brilliant. I really do, because the amount of crap that we get thrown at us and the amount of crap the owner gives us, we still come back every week and we still, support our team, because it's our club at the end of the day. What did you make of the fans? Because I thought we were immense tonight.
I don't want to be sounding negative, but I do think the occasion did help.
It did, but
yeah, that's what I was just about.
It's who you're playing, isn't it?
I think the occasion helped. Liverpool going for the title, a nighttime game under the lights and all of that. However, it felt like we had transformed our away support into the home support. And obviously we've been how many, 18, 19 games away. We say that we say it every time. It's nice to see that back into home, and I think the atmosphere has gradually got better towards the last 2 to 3 home games. I think being safe has probably eased the pressure a little bit, and brilliant to see even the Milburn, the lower Milburn that is, not the higher end. Said enough about that already.
That's because I was about back on us.
But that was nice to see them coming in. I've seen the East Stand joining in. I'm sure it went all the way around to the Leazers, but it was great to see that, and you need to see more of it, because people who aren't fans of Newcastle always talk about the atmosphere. It's not always great. It's just they've got this perception that it's always great. It's not. It's only great on probably 5 to 10 times a year, and that was nice to see it back.
All I'm going to say is, Lee, is that Manchester City, Liverpool, Everton, when the players have really needed us, we've stepped up massively. And tonight, Christian Atsu against Mo Salah shouldn't be a contest tonight, and we've pushed them nearly to a point, and arguably I'm a little bit frustrated that we didn't get something from this game. That was Newcastle's last home game of the season. We'd like to thank every Newcastle supporter that subscribes to us, that watches our videos, and hopefully you'll be watching us next season, because we want to do more. We want to try and get 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're all supporters at the end of the season. Me, Lee, everybody for Newcastle Fans TV, and we just want to thank you, the fans, because you do make a massive effort. Home, away, international fans. We've even got fans from London who travel a long, long way to support Newcastle as well. So, only digging out 40 because he's in the background trying to put us off. But Lee, last thing for us. Favourite moment of the season so far, or moments that maybe at St James's because it's his last home game?
Blooming hell, I have to sit and think about that. I couldn't just think of one off the top of my head. I think the Man City one's obviously a big one. I think a few away wins have been nice, because you feel brilliant driving home and all that. The thing I'll take away more about, and this is going to sound very cheesy and very, I don't know, but the friendship that we've all had as well, going to away games, having a bond, getting to know each other a lot more as well. I think I've enjoyed that as well. Getting home at 4 o'clock in the morning, knowing that there's 2 or 3 videos having to edit. I hated it, but I love it at the same time. So things like that, the little things that probably a normal subscriber wouldn't normally see.
I think that's a good way to end it. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll hope to see you all soon. Hopefully at St James's Park next season with Rafa Benitez as the manager. In Rafa we trust. Thank you very much. Goodbye.